Greetings, humanities students. I want to welcome you to Unit 2. And I am, just to let you know, standing outside an RV park. I am actually in Amarillo, Texas. This is the third time I've gone through Texas, and boy, this place is, well, it's a little desolate, to be frank, and it's not somewhere I think I'd like to live, but still it's an interesting place to visit. But I want to talk more about what we're going to discuss this week, and that is mythology. While I'm talking to you about mythology and what it has to do with humanity, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a view and a kind of an e-memory of where I'm at tonight in Amarillo, Texas, and this RV park that has more trees than the surrounding area. What do you think of when you think of mythology? I can tell you, a lot of people I know immediately think the word lie if they were doing a word association. Because mythology, for many of us, is about some story that was made up by some primitive people to explain something, of course, they couldn't understand. And so we consider it to be a lie. We also consider it to be a story. But mythology is far more than that. Yes, it is true that we often look at ancient stories as being nothing more than myths. We think about the stories of Zeus and, of course, his children and his multiple wives, or that is women that he slept with, as being very mythological, right? Just major fanciful stories. But within all myths, there is normally an element of truth. And it is also important to remember that somebody's myth may be somebody else's truth. Consider this. Consider religion. One person who may be of Christian origin might find Indian mythology, or what we call Indian mythology, to be nothing more than stories. But if you talk to the person who followed Buddhism or a different kind of practice, they would look at you and go, there is nothing myth about that. These are truths. These are my truths. That's why mythology is so important. Mythology guides our thinking and how we function. Now, I want you to think about Erving Goffman, one of the sociologists that you'll be reading this week before you answer discussion thread 1. He suggests that how we understand gender, that is, how we understand a woman to be a woman or a girl, or a boy to be a boy, is a form of mythology. In the sense, society, our society, has very strong rules and regulations as to what constitutes female behavior as compared to what constitutes male behavior, right? And if we decide to cross these norms, somehow we are crossing the boundaries of gender. Indeed, this is something that is being discussed and debated a great deal right now in our communities. So this would suggest that gender itself, as something that we understand, is nothing more than a myth, that we socially create gender. Indeed, we tend to confuse gender with sex. Sex is, of course, how we are biologically born. Gender, however, are the social constraints we place upon those biological designations. Does that make any sense? Well, at least I hope so. So as you do your discussion questions this week, consider this. How much of our society is socially determined by our own myths? How is it that our stories actually turn around and form not only how we view the world, but our morals, how we act, how we think? And if we decided that different sets of constraints were better, wouldn't they be just as good? These are all the questions we're going to discuss this week, and I look forward to discussing them with you at the discussion forums. All right, there's a plane coming, so I gotta go. Bye.